route guidance will start now. Left turn at the end of the road. Proceed about 8/10 of a mile to Merrick Road. Six-tenths of a mile ahead on the route. Slow traffic. In a quarter of a mile, right turn onto Merrick Road. Next right. In half of a mile, keep right onto the freeway entrance. Keep right onto the freeway entrance. Proceed about 3 miles on the current freeway. Continue on the current freeway, and then the freeway is on the right. Proceed on the current freeway. In 2 miles, the freeway is on the right. freeway is on the right. In 2 miles, exit 35N is on the right.
Way from the Verrazano Bridge all the way to Erskine Street, and then in Queens, more eastbound company from the Vanna right on out towards Sunrise Highway 208 northbound in Jersey. Got an absolute crawl all the way on up towards Wyckoff at this hour because of a wreck before Russell Avenue. In a jam, call the Barnes Firm traffic tip line at 844-JAM-1010. That's 844-JAM. 1010. Traffic sponsored by the Barnes Firm. I'm Greg Rice on 1010 Wins.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been hurt in a slip and fall accident, choosing the right firm is critical to get the help you need and the best result possible. The Barnes Firm, injury attorneys, call 1-800-8-million.
Manhattan, Long Island.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here is meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Well, Lori, we still have a little bit of a breeze blowing right now, though it's starting to ease up a little bit. We're not seeing those really strong gusts we were seeing even just a couple of hours ago. The sky will turn out mainly clear overnight to low 37 in the city. Will be in the upper 20s to near 30 in the suburbs. Sunny to partly cloudy for tomorrow. A breezy and mild afternoon, high 52. And tomorrow night, we really won't see temperatures drop much. A low of 45. It is a very mild night for the middle of February. It's going to be breezy with more clouds around. Then even warmer for Saturday with clouds and some sunshine, up to 58 Saturday. Much colder air will move in Saturday nights. We'll see some rain showers, which will likely switch over to snow showers. And then as we head into Sunday, a sharply colder day. Will be blustery with clouds. Still watching this storm offshore. Could brush us with some snow or flurries. Really doesn't look like a whole lot at this point. Sunday's high about 32. May even see the sun try to break out a little bit in the afternoon Sunday. A lot of sunshine Monday, but it's going to be cold with a high of 26. 50 degrees and clear right now in Midtown. We're going down to 37. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 West.
Attention homeowners. Sloman's is offering West listeners a free home security system and professional installation. All you have to do is use their low-cost central station monitoring. Call them now at 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Wednesday time 5:34. China may be about to flood the United States with phony COVID vax cards.
The fake cards look real. They have the CDC logo in the same fields as the real ones, but these phony vaccination cards come from criminal actors in China. The Department of Homeland Security said the U.S. may see more of them as the country adopts more vaccine mandates for businesses and students. The U.S. had already seized some of these fabricated cards last year, and a new intelligence document obtained by ABC News said there could be an uptick of fake COVID-19 cards being smuggled from China. They've come in packets of 5, 10, up to 100, destined for addresses in 42 states. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Another disruptive passenger incident on a plane causes a flight diversion. This time, it was a Frontier Airlines flight that left LaGuardia last night. Destination Orlando, but the flight wound up diverting to Raleigh-Durham when a man began screaming in the cabin. Savannah Figueroa was on the flight. She told 1010 Wins Newsline with Bridget Quinn that passengers assisted the flight crew after the man started cursing at other passengers. They tried to bring things under control.
Once the passengers took matters into their own hands and kind of tied him up so he couldn't hurt anyone, he was screaming and crying for help. You can't do this to me. You can't tie me up like this. I'm going to sue you all. You tore my ACL. Like, crying and pleading. Like, his tone switched up so much. I think he thought no one was going to do anything. And then everyone on the plane was like cheering and yelling, like, this is why you don't mess with New Yorkers.
She said the incident appeared to begin with the man claiming people were trying to stick him with needles. He was escorted from the plane in North Carolina. The flight eventually continued on to Orlando. Wednesday's time, 5:35. New guidance on the way for doctors who prescribe painkillers.
The CDC wants to remove its previous recommended limits on doses, but suggests doctors look at non-opioid therapies first. The old guidance was issued 6 years ago, and while it's credited with accelerating decreases in the kind of prescribing that ignited the opioid crisis, officials also say it has caused some doctors to cut off patients taking prescription painkillers too soon and keeps the drugs from patients who might benefit.
Correspondent Stacey Lynn reporting. Wins News on 536. Saul is back. 1010 Wins Entertainment is next.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7, with supplies and solutions for every industry, and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's some big news just in time for the Super Bowl. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is officially live right here in New York State. And DraftKings is giving new customers a special offer that you don't want to miss. Bet just $5 or more on the Super Bowl and win $280 in free bets if your team is victorious. And don't miss out on all the fun prop bets DraftKings Sportsbook has to offer. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Sign up using code NEWSNEWYORK. Bet just $5 or more and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code NEWSNEWYORK. This week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full details. Must be 21 and physically present in New York. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Wins News on 538 now. 1010 Wins Entertainment. Better Call Saul is returning for its 6th and final season this spring, premiering on April 18th on AMC. It will be a 2-part rollout, though. The second half of the season will come in July. AMC also revealed first-look images from the upcoming season. The nominations for this year's Academy of Country Music Awards were announced today. Chris Young earned 3 of his 7 nominations for his collaboration with Kane Brown on Famous Friends. Miranda Lambert and Walker Hayes each have 5 nominations. Lambert, Jack Ingram, and John Randall are up for Album of the Year for the Marfa tapes. They're up against Young, Carly Pierce, Thomas Rhett, and Morgan Wallen, who was removed from last year's ballot after a video surfaced of him using a racial slur. Entertainer of the Year nominees are Luke Combs, Eric Church, Chris Stapleton, Carrie Underwood, and Lambert. The ACMs will be March 7th in Las Vegas. I'm Archie Zaroletta. Wins News on 539.
Ever have questions about your prescriptions, even in the middle of the night? Well, Walgreens now offers Pharmacy Chat 24/7. You can ask an expert about things like the correct dosage of your medications or possible side effects. Speaking of side effects, the side effect of getting your questions answered at 2 a.m.? Sleeping much easier for the next 6 hours. Try Pharmacy Chat today or tonight, online or on the Walgreens app.
Speaking, Carla's Roofing Company always goes above and beyond.
Yeah, we heard about next week's forecast.
She needs a new foreman to weather a storm of projects.
You mean another full crew before Wednesday? Nita Jose, can you work Wednesday?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply. City rents are on the rise on this week's In-Depth podcast. Possible solutions to double-digit rent increases. Listen and subscribe on 1010wins.com.
The Newswatch never stops. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. 50 degrees at 540. I'm Lori Madden, and here is what's happening. Mayor Eric Adams chokes up as he says the system is betraying black and brown young people in the city, citing a recent shooting of a teen. He says city agencies have to step up. A 15-year-old is charged with assault as a hate crime for 2 attacks on Jewish pedestrians in Brooklyn. With Valentine's Day right around the corner, flowers in our area might be in short supply and pricier. Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Snoop talking up their Super Bowl show today, but not giving too much away. Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong has his 62 Chevy back after the car was stolen earlier this week. In sports, a blockbuster trade sends James Harden to the Sixers, Ben Simmons to the Nets. Tonight, the Nets are in Washington. Knicks visit Golden State. Devils skate in St. Louis. 10-10 winds AccuWeather says clear tonight, low 37. Sunshine tomorrow, high 52. Another mild day on Saturday before winter returns on Super Bowl Sunday. Wings News Time 541. Traffic and transit now with Greg Rice.
Oh, we do have some Jersey problems out at this hour. Route 4 onto 208 northbound. That is all pretty much one crawl. You're not going to sniff the speed limit pretty much from Teaneck all the way up towards the area of Wyckoff. It is all because of a wreck on the northbound side of 208 is Russell Avenue. 287, we're dealing with a rollover as well. You got two southbound lanes out here, exit 40 in Parsippany. A couple of right lanes are shut, and it's an absolute mess as you get through the area. 24 also loaded up either way right now, getting out towards the area of exit 4. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Citybound George starting to load up across the span, especially upper, because of a wreck on the eastbound side of the Cross Bronx. Getting out towards the area of Jerome Avenue in the right lane, nothing easy out. Lincoln 20 in, outbound 20 to 30 from 11th, double it off of 9th. Holland Tunnel about 20 to 30 out, 30 in from the Skyway, better at the inbound Holland, off of the Newark Bay extension of the Turnpike. Belt bad either way between the Verrazano Bridge and Flatbush. Eastbound loads again into Erskine Street and then for Queens from the Van Wyck, right on out towards Sunrise Highway. Northbound New England Thruway in the Bronx and Westchester, deal with it through Pelham Parkway, because after that you're golden to Connecticut, while the northbound Hutch is a mess to the Cross County and again through Mamaroneck. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones, breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Greg Rice on 1010 WIN.
Mayor Eric Adams is vowing to help New York City kids. He says the system is betraying black and brown young people, and that he takes responsibility for improving city agencies. 18-year-old Daquan McKinley was shot after emerging from a recording studio early Sunday morning. Mayor Adams says the teen's life began badly before he was 10.
Daquan's family lived in 7 different shelters without stability or security.
The mayor says there were many schools, absences, and arrests for attempted murder. Rikers. He says there were teachers and social workers who reached out to help.
This is not a speech about those individuals. It's about the system that failed him, about a society that failed him.
The mayor says he's taking on the responsibility to improve this system in Daquan's name. Juliet Papa, 1010 Wins News. Wins News Time 543. A 15-year-old has been charged with assault as a hate crime in 2 incidents in Brooklyn. Police say both attacks were aimed at Jewish pedestrians. Last Friday night, a man was punched in the ear at the intersection of Myrtle and Mercy Avenues in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section, and a 24-year-old man was punched moments later on Stockton Street in an attack that was caught on surveillance video. A New York City man will face hate crime murder charges for the death of a Chinese immigrant who was beaten and stomped while collecting cans in East Harlem in April of 2021. He died of his injuries in December. 61-year-old Yao Pan Ma was his name, and authorities say he was one of the numerous victims of anti-Asian crimes which soared in the city during the pandemic. The Manhattan DA says 50-year-old Jared Powell attacked Mr. Ma for no other reason than his race. Powell was previously charged with attempted murder and felony assault. Wins News Time 544. It was legislation propelled by the Me Too movement, and it's now been approved by Congress. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand says the law bars employment contracts that force people to settle claims through arbitration.
No longer will survivors of sexual assault or harassment in the workplace come forward and be told that they are legally forbidden to sue their employer because somewhere buried in their employment contracts was this forced arbitration clause.
The measure is expected to be signed by President Biden. Wins News Time 545. The supply chain may give you an excuse for Valentine's Day or not. That story is next.
When Dad entered hospice care, he wanted to do so in the comfort of his own bed. Part of making end-of-life decisions is choosing the right hospice care. For more than 100 years, New Yorkers have turned to the Parker Jewish Institute. I don't think we could have gotten through it without Parker. They really gave us the emotional support and counseling we needed. Parker Institute was there for us through all stages of life, providing the best all-around care, accepting patients of all faiths. Parker Jewish Institute. Learn more at parkerinstitute.org.
The best way to avoid serious illness from COVID-19 is for you, your kids, and older family members to get vaccinated and boosted, and to wear high-quality masks. Stay protected, New York. To learn more, visit nyc.gov/vaccine finder or call 877-VAX4NYC.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wednesday time, 5:47. Valentine's Day is Monday, and if you're in the market for flowers this year, you might be paying more, but finding less.
Now, in the last 2 years, thousands of floral farms in our country have gone out of business. That's tens of thousands of jobs gone in this industry, and it's hurting in many ways. For example, roses. Prices have jumped up to 90%. It sure looks beautiful here at the New York flower market. Mike and I talking strategy this pre-Valentine's Day.
Now, what about if I went to my wife and said, listen, you know, there's been supply chain issues, so sorry.
No flowers this year.
That's not going to work.
I don't think I would do that.
Besides chocolate, I mean, flowers is it.
It's the symbolism of the flowers, and especially for symbolic of love.
After all, you're going to go to your significant other on Monday and say, well, sorry, I didn't get your flowers this year because of supply chain issues. Good luck with that. Glenn Shuck, 1010 Wins, West 28th Street.
Wednesday's time, 5:48. Dolly Parton is rewarding employees. Dolly Parton's Dollywood Parks and Resorts will pick up the full cost of tuition, fees, and books for workers who want to further their education. The program will cover more than 11,000 employees, full, part-time, and seasonal, at the theme park in Tennessee. Countdown to Super Bowl Sunday, and the stars of this year's halftime show are ready for their close-up.
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige didn't give up a whole lot of details about what to expect from Sunday's Super Bowl halftime show, except expect surprises.
Yes, but I'm not going to talk about it. So there will be surprises, absolutely. There won't be any wardrobe malfunctions, Stellar.
Dre did say, though, it's about time the NFL had a rap-centric show, which it's never done before.
We're going to go on and do a fantastic show, and we're going to do it so big that they can't deny it anymore in the future.
The halftime concert will also feature Kendrick Lamar and Eminem. Chase Simmons and ABC News, Hollywood.
Wednesday time, 5:49. The needle is moving in the wrong direction for President Biden. A new poll has found that 58% of Americans disapprove of the president's job performance. That same poll in December found that he had a 51% approval, or disapproval as it were, rating. Top Democrats are meeting with the president tonight to discuss his coming Supreme Court pick.
President Biden this evening at the White House sits down with Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee as he continues to seek advice on his Supreme Court nomination. Last week, the president sat down with leaders of that committee, Democratic Chair Dick Durbin and Republican Chuck Grassley. Mr. Biden has also consulted Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. The White House says he'll continue to speak with Republican senators this week, and he's also consulted with legal experts. The president has said he intends to announce his nominee by the end of this month. Karen Travers, ABC News. Washington.
With these time 5:50, Tesla makes it four recalls within 2 weeks. This time, the automaker is cited for violating federal safety standards.
The new boombox function allowed Teslas to play various sounds while moving. The company now recalling 579,000 vehicles. They're in violation of government rules that specify the sounds a vehicle can make. That's so pedestrians know it is a vehicle.
Correspondent Jeff Gilbert reporting Tesla will perform an over-the-air software update that will disable the boombox function when the vehicle is in drive, neutral, and reserve modes. Billy Joe Armstrong has his car back. This would be his 62.